Hello stitchy friends, it's Flosstube Friday. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sally and I am Flossie Sews and Grows here and on Instagram, and welcome to my latest Flosstube. I'm going to try and go a bit rogue today and do it without notes and just see how we get on. But I think today is very much about the stitching. So hopefully we'll be okay. But welcome. If you're new, it's great to have you here. I really hope you like watching me, listening to me talk about my cross stitch, and you like what you see. And at the end, if you could just go and subscribe and tick that little notification bell so that you get notified of my next Flosstube, that would be wonderful. Just keeps us Flosstubers going when the subscriptions go up, that people do like us and enjoy what we're talking to you about. So that's really, big benefit to us. And welcome to all my usual viewers as well. Lovely to see you again, and I hope you're all well. So I think my last Flosstube, I was a little bit, I haven't really done very much stitching, because I'd actually been doing some stitching in the background that I couldn't really talk to you about. So I'm going a little bit rogue today because it's Friday. It's Friday the 8th, 7th of March. 7th of March. Let's say it's the 7th. And it could be the 8th. One or the other. It's a Friday and I'm really excited because today I'm going away for a stitchy weekend with some of my stitchy friends. So the lovely Sarah, Sew Me Sarah, who's coming over from Northern Ireland, Charlie Feathers, Cross Stitch Sarah, who's Sarah, Kim, Stitchy Squirrels, and Marie, Stitches and Diamonds. So we've got an Airbnb for the weekend, and it's just going to be a wonderful stitchy weekend. Lots of gossip as well, I'm sure, as well as stitching. So I had been, in the lead up to going away for the weekend, I've obviously been doing some secret stitching, and so I've not been able to show you that before. So that's been going on in the background. So I thought today, because we're meeting today, none of them are going to be able to watch me because they're all travelling, and I'm lucky. I live the closest. I'm only about an hour away. They're all going to be travelling. I can film, show you what I bought them, and they hopefully won't watch this until after they've been gifted anyway. So yeah, so I have to show you today 5 starts, finishes and fully finished items. Woohoo! Aren't you impressed? Aren't you impressed? So I have been a busy girl. So actually, no, I tell a lie, because one of these had already been started. You had seen the start of this already. So I've done all my gifts. They've all got little cushions, and I've then done a little tag with a little floss drop with my name obviously on it, and just what I've stitched them. So this first one you have seen the start for this. So this is the gift I've done for Charlie. So this is Yasmin's Made with Love chart called Every Child, that she designed for Charlie to raise money for Charlie's daughter's nursery that had been destroyed in the storms. And of course I had to get it, had to support the fundraising. And I knew that Charlie was stitching this, but the one she's stitching, she's going to gift to her daughter's nursery. So I thought, well, it'd be lovely for Charlie to have a version herself as well. So I have stitched this. Now I haven't done the words, so it does have words on this side. I can't quite remember what they are. Every child is like a flower. No, I can't remember. But I decided that I just wanted to stitch the flowers. And also, I think if you can remember, I made a bit of an error here at the bottom, that I misread the chart because I'm using Markup XP and Pattern Keeper new converts, but just didn't quite read the chart properly. So made a mistake on how much space I left here, and there's a big bow down here. And anyway, I just decided to leave that off and just do the flowers. And I stitched it. I stitched it on a piece of mystery fabric. I think a piece I'd been gifted by my friend Thea. And so I think I'm pretty sure it's a 36 count. And then all of the colours I've used are all threads, fancy floss threads, a lot of that I've been gifted. Charlie's favourite colours are kind of pinks and purples, which are similar to mine as well. So a lot of the threads that I've been gifted, and quite a few of them from Charlie herself, are lovely kind of variegated fancy flosses in pinks and purples. So it kind of worked out really well that I could stitch that in her favourite colours and use some of my wonderful fancy flosses. So I'm really pleased with that. And then I've covered it. I've had this fabric for years. I've had it, so Felicity is nearly 15 in a week and a half, and before she was born I bought this fabric. If you can see, it's a little holly hobby, and I bought it in two versions. I bought it in pink and I bought it in blue because I didn't know whether I'd have a son or a daughter, so I bought the two colours, and I've never used it, so I thought this was absolutely perfect. I thought, you know, Charlie and her daughters would really love that fabric. So I just love the little birdhouse on that. So I'm really pleased with that one for Charlie. Next up, Kim. I've done this one for Kim, and again, super pleased with this one. This is a freebie chart actually. So this counts for the freebie challenge that Jacinta from Crafting on the Plains is doing this year. She's stitching a freebie every month, so this was my one for February because I did finish it actually before March started, and it's a freebie from Liz Matthews, and we got this as in our bags at Big Stitch last June on a little July on a card. I can't remember when it was now, but last summer. And Kim's favourite colours are reds, so I stitched this on 36 count R&R Reproductions Winter's Brew, and I've stitched it with Roxy Floss Co Merlot. And then again, I think this is a Moda fabric that I've put on this side, and then a one that from the same, I think these are from the same set of Modas. So they complement each other really, really well. So I'm super pleased with that one. That one was for Kim. Then Sarah. Now, Sarah was a last minute kind of addition to the group. Previously, Yasmin was due to come with us and unfortunately couldn't make it. So Sarah, who you know is Cross Stitch Sarah, stepped in last minute. So I had to come up with something that I could stitch quite quickly, and yeah, and that I thought suited Sarah, because I had chosen something for Yasmin, and luckily I hadn't started it, but it was quite different. It was quite specific to Yasmin, that it was not suitable, not what I wanted to give to Sarah. So I did this one for Sarah, which says one stitch at a time. And this is my freebie for March. So this is a freebie from Beth at Be Creative. Be More Creative. Now, Beth is fabulous. Please go and have a look at her on Instagram. She does have a YouTube channel as well, and she does a freebie on the 17th of every month, and she has some fantastic designs, and she's lovely. She's a prolific stitcher. I did meet Beth at Big Stitch, which was really lovely, and so this is just a fabulous little chart, and actually it does come with a border. But again, as I was a little bit stuck for time, I didn't stitch the border. In a way, I regret it, because actually I do feel it could have, and it would have benefited. I think I could have benefited from having more space around it. I think it could have done with being a little bit bigger, but I do think it's also really, really cute. And I stitched this in two Tom and Lily Creations. So I'm just looking at the little tag, because I have written on here what I stitched it in. So actually this is a Tom and Lily, and then this is a stitched by, or is it dyed by Yolanda, which I was gifted by a lovely friend in Canada quite a while ago. And these are also the scissors and the hearts are also from the dyed by Yolanda colours as well. So Sarah's favourite colours are pinks and greens. So I thought this was just absolutely perfect colours for her. And it is very, very cute, and it's got some Tilda fabric on the back of it. Now, I'm so proud of these. I've actually stitched Sarah, Sew Me Sarah, and Marie the same thing. And I don't know if you can remember, I got this pattern at Stitch in London last year, and I actually bought it for myself and also my friend Emma, who's Emma S Stitches, and wanted to do it together with Emma, but actually I think Emma and I'm hoping Emma will join me and we'll do this bit together so I can get a little bit more experience on, or make a start on, English paper piecing, because so I did the bigger, so I've done 2 of these for Sarah and Marie, and here we go. So 2 little, so these are called this is the Maxi Hexi pin cushion. So let me just hold one of them and show you. It's probably a little bit easier. And let me just get my little reminder. So it's from the Hands-on Design, a vintage stitch chart, which is called 2 Hexi. And I stitched these both on 40 count Sanditon beige. Let me just see if I can get me out of there. We go. That's a pretty good, it's very small. So 40 count Sanditon beige by Swan Bay Fabrics, so Marie's fabric range. And I pretty much stitched it with the called for DMC. I don't think I had to make any substitutes. I think I had all the colours in stash already. And these were lovely. And then I've had, so this is some fabric that I've probably had for 20 years, and I think you'll remember I made a project bag for myself and for Lorraine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, with it. It's a Japanese fabric that I bought at a quilting show, and so that's the fabric on the back, and the red kind of bit more neutrally one, well, not neutral, but not quite as fancy as, obviously this is quite a fancy pattern. But just the complementing, that's the word I was looking for, complementing fabric that goes with it. And I did make an attempt at English paper piecing this bit. And I think, oh, I'm not sure which the first, I think that's possibly the first one I did and not the second. They could have been a little bit better, but I think I did pretty well. And I'm sure they'll both be absolutely thrilled with them. Yeah. I love them. I think they're really cute. So hopefully they will be really pleased with them as well. So that was definitely, I've really had fun doing those little stitches, and I really hope that my friends love them too. So very excited. I have had a finish. Here is my finish. So this is Stitching My Way to Happiness, and this was from the January Cotton and Twine box. So thrilled with this. It's absolutely beautiful. I have put some backing on the back ready to put it in its hoop to display it. Can't find my hoop though. I thought the other day when I was doing all the fully finishing for the little cushions, I'll do this too. Couldn't find the hoop. It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. So very pleased with this. This is beautiful. As I said, this was from the January Cotton and Twine box that was kindly gifted to me by the ladies at Historical Sampler Company. And just, yeah, it's wonderful. I did this as a sal with Marie from Stitches and Diamonds, and there's quite a few who have joined in as well. Quite a few of my friends. I did stitch mine. Let me just again put that in the frame. Perhaps it's a little bit clearer for you. I did stitch mine 1/2 on the fabric that came in the kit, but I think the colours are still beautifully vibrant, and I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. So very, very pleased with that one. And on to new starts. I do have one new start. So as part of the Best of British sale that I'm stitching this year, where I'm trying to stitch as many wonderful British cross-stitch designers as possible, I chose this time round Rocking Robin. And I knew that my friend Stitchy Sally had got this for either for Christmas or her birthday from her family. So I reached out to her and said, oh, should we do it together? Don't think it will take long. and she agreed. So her next slot that she had for a new start, we started. So we both started this one on Monday. It's with beautiful vibrant colours. That's pretty much the called for DMC. I think I had to make one substitute. Oh no, these are actually both substitutes on the robin's body. And here is my start. I think he is very, very beautiful. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Eleanor's Ivory by Swan Bay Fabrics. It's a very neutral colour. This is absolutely fantastic neutral colour. This is the 40 count, and I actually have the same fabric in 36, and it's slightly more pinker in 36. This one is a little bit paler and more neutral, I would say, when the 36 count of its different counts do give you a very slightly different colour. And it's more pink in the 36 count. I wouldn't have stitched it on that fabric if I'd been stitching it on the 36 count, because it was because of that pink tinge. But this, the 40 count, is just perfect for it. So he is beautiful and really, on the 40 count, just so delicate. So delicate. So I'm taking my Stitchy Light with me this weekend. So I'm hoping that I can get some more progress in on him. And I like to think actually he might be finished by the time I come to you again in 2 weeks. So I'm just going to pop him away because I am trying to get packed for the weekend away at the same time. But I wanted to film first, then I'll kind of go and do my packing while you're uploading, and then I'm off to pick Sarah up to get her, help transport her there to the weekend away. So that was my new start. So whips. I have been a bit busy. Been getting lots done. So first of all, my whip goes from February, where Away We Ride by Blackbird and also Feast of Friendship by Blackbird. And I'll show you a little picture. So let's have a look at, excuse me, Away We Ride first. And I think I only had one session left to do on this. So for my whip goes, I am attempting to do 5 stitchy sessions on each project. So I think everything's just having a little fall down. I think I had one left on Away We Ride from where it was when I showed you last time, but I will have popped a picture up now so you'll have had a look. And this is where I'm up to now. So I'm stitching this on 36 count XG Designs Grandpa's sleeve. I love this fabric. It's beautiful. I think it's perfect for the stitch. What have I done since I last saw you? I have definitely come along here and finished this row. I've definitely finished this row and I've put some bits in here. I think I've also finished this as well. So you'll be able to see because you'll have seen the photo. But I've just done lots of, quite a few bitty bits actually that will have just given me a little bit of progress. So I think the day that I stitched on it was a weekend. So I managed to get a fair bit done, which was quite good. So that probably will now go away until it comes up on Whip Go again, or we get a little bit close, or we get a little bit closer to Halloween. I think, yeah, I think it will kind of be put to one side a little bit now. Actually, no, I did have 2 sessions on that. I did have 2 sessions. I just had one on Feast of Friendship. So that'll go away for a bit now, unless it comes up on Whip Go a little bit earlier. So the other Whip Go for February was Feast of Friendship. And I only had 1 session left on this. So actually, I didn't do a huge amount because it was a weekday. So I'm not really sure how much time I had. Not as much as usual. And let me just grab my board to hold it up. Oh, the board. Oh. Board's not there. Oh well. I won't hold up the board. There we go. That's better. So actually, all I did with this was finish this border around here and stitched Feast. So not a huge amount. I'm stitching this on 40 count think it's Cafe au Lait by Zweigart. And I'm stitching it with predominantly the called for fancy flosses, although there are a couple, possibly a couple of substitutions, DMC substitutes in there, but not many. It is predominantly, let's just have a look at the list. Yeah, I think I perhaps got 2 DMCs in there, but this, Away We Ride and Cinnamon Stars had quite a similar colour palette. So there's quite a few of the fancy flosses that were in all of them. So so I did invest in all of those because a lot of them were colours that I could use over all 3. So those are my 2 Whip Go calls for February. The Whip Go calls I've had for March, I'm really excited. So the first one is the Quacker. So I need to get 5 sessions in on the Quacker during March, and I'm hoping that this is going to be quite easy. And of course I've got Ducky Day, which is the 2nd Sunday of the month, which happens to be this Sunday. So hopefully on my stitchy weekend I'll be able to manage to spend quite a lot of time on Ducky. So I have only so far done 1 session on this, and that included doing this little doodah here and then starting that green there, which is this big, the start of this big central piece here. And that's where quite a few of my friends who are doing this with me, they actually started with that in the middle, but I wanted to start in the bottom left hand corner. Not a usual starting spot for me. I usually am a middle stitcher, but I didn't have the colour actually that I wanted for this to start, and I did manage to get that at Stitch in London last October, because I'm doing this all in Roxy Floss Co colours, and this is these are the kind of initial colours. It's quite a big amount here of floss. These are the initial colours that I'd pulled out to use. There you go, my little duck from Laura at Cotton and Clay. And then actually I have now just thought, well, I need all of my Roxy Floss Co colours to be available, so I can pick and choose what looks best with it. So they are all now in my wonderful duck project bag. So I think in March I will be able to make, sorry crinkling because I am putting everything away because it's all going straight into my whip box that I'm taking away for the weekend. Because I'm driving, I can take everything with me, which is great. Although I have pulled out some projects, I'm not quite taking everything, but yeah, so hopefully in March I will make some really good progress on that one as it's on Whip Go. And yeah, I think I worked out, so we have a challenge to try and finish it by the big stitch in June 2026, so June next year. And I think I figured out that I needed to stitch 800 stitches a month on it to get it finished for June next year. So I think that's achievable, because I think on Ducky Day in February I stitched 550 stitches. So if I can do that every month, and then I've got Whip Go as well, twice. It's on Whip Go twice this year. I think that's achievable. I think that's achievable. So the other Whip Go for March is Home for Christmas by Plum Street Samplers, and I'm really actually quite pleased that this one is on Whip Go. I'll show you where it was last time you saw it. Sally, so this was a new start with Sarah, Somi Sarah. It was one of the Fun for 50 Sal stitches that we started together last year to celebrate our 50th birthdays, and Stitchy Sally joined us with this one, and she has just finished it. Looks beautiful. Go over to her Instagram and her YouTube channel and have a look. Her stitching is really wonderful. She does some beautiful stitching, so if you don't already watch her, please do go and have a look. So Sally finishing it, actually, then it got called for Whip Go for me. I thought, oh, brilliant, I really want to pick this up. And actually, this is on a 36 count R&R Reproductions Winter's Brew. and it's really beautiful to stitch on. And because it's 36 count, I don't need magnification for it, so it's brilliant for stitching when I'm away, kind of not at home, and perhaps, you know, it's not as easy to have my setup quite how I like it. So I thought this is absolutely perfect to take away this weekend, along with all my other whips. Obviously I'm taking everything, as I've just said. So actually, I have made I have done quite a bit on this. I wanted to make sure I had some bits that were really easy to stitch while I was away. So there's a definite kind of the border down here, and up here and the house have all got really good filling. So I've stitched on this week, and I've done the urn and the pumpkin that's in it there, and this urn here, and then I've done lots of little kind of bits. So I've filled in these little plants here. What else have I done? Oh, I think, yeah, I finished. Oh, I was stitching the red bits in there as well. Started here the other night, so I've actually done 4 sessions already on this for March. So I think definitely, I'm sure I'll get more than 5 in for Whip Go. I'm sure I'll stitch on it quite a lot over the weekend. There's still quite a lot to do on this. I'm working on a paper chart, so I don't quite know how much I have done, kind of percentage wise, and how much I have got left. I would quite like to think that I could finish it in March, but that might be a bit of a tall order because there is a lot of stitching. So we'll see. It's one that I really enjoy taking downstairs to do in front of the TV at night. Just because it's easy to, it's good to see, and it stitches so nicely. So it's possible, but I suppose it depends if something shiny and new comes along I want to stitch instead, or if I just get a bit that I've had enough of it. But at the moment I'm absolutely raring to go on it and really get it done. So there we go. So those are my 2 whip goes for March. Another whip, my final whip to show you that I've been stitching on this week, is Cabin in the Woods by Lauren at Flossabilities. And I was stitching on this last night, and I was going to stitch on a little bit this morning, so much so it's still in the hoop with a hanging thread and a needle in it. But ho hum, I will have shown you what it looked like the last time you saw it, and here we are today. And this I'm stitching on 40 count Mansfield Stone by Swan Bay Fabrics. Beautiful, beautiful colour. Just, I mean, I love that Lauren and Sam have charted this on a dark fabric, but I do struggle with darker fabrics, and when I saw this in Marie's collection, I just thought it was the perfect colour for me for this stitch. So I've definitely, this tree is new, and I have stitched quite a little, finished off the brown on that tree and done some of that as well. And then actually I've just been last night while my eyes were starting to go and I was just going I'm a bit tired now, it's nearly time to go to bed. I just did a straight stitch along that bottom, just wanted to get a number of stitches in. So I think I'm about 25% I've done on this one so far, and I'm a little bit shocked because there is still, it's quite a stitch heavy chart with the border. So yes, I do think it will still take me a little bit of a while to do, but there we go. So excuse me, that is all my stitching, and I think, you know, five fully finished objects and a finished object finish. I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased with how the last 2 weeks has gone, and I think the next 2 weeks should hopefully, with a stitchy weekend, get lots and lots of stitching done. So very pleased. So what else have I got? I have no haul. I've been very good. Knew obviously we are going to the Nimble Thimble tomorrow, so I knew that I have no plans to buy anything. There are a couple of threads that I need, and I am going to take, I'm going to take this 4 Seasons to ask Chris to frame it for me, because Just the shape of it, I just think it would be hard to get a frame. I mean, I could get a custom frame from this from one of the online frame shops, but actually that will probably cost me more than, or equivalent to what I will pay at Nimble Thimble to have Chris frame it for me, because she frames beautifully, her and her husband, and they're really reasonably priced. So and again, supporting a small local business. So that's going to go tomorrow to be framed. And so haven't any plans to buy anything, but yeah, a couple of threads I need, but you never know. I'm trying to be really careful at the moment, because I have so much, just look at the I'm not buying new DMC at the moment. If I come across a chart where I haven't got a colour, I'm substituting, because I have so many that are just so close, and I'm trying to use those beautiful fancy flosses that I've got. And I don't think people are going to look at a chart and go, oh, she hasn't used the core thread. So I'm trying to be very careful. I've got a huge number of charts, so yeah, it's when I come across something that really brings me joy, or I just think, oh, I really want to stitch it. So I'm being very mindful at the moment. I'm also very lucky that Cotton and Twine, the lovely ladies at Historical Sampler Company, have gifted me again their fabric of the month, their subscription box of the month, and this is the box for March, and they have sent it to me again. Beautiful. And this month, you see, it's absolutely gorgeous. This month it is a beautiful chart from the lovely Yasmin's Made with Love. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I think those flowers are very Yasmin. I think there are times when you look at a chart, or you look at a stitch, and you don't know who the designer is. And there are some that you can look at them and instantly, even if it's a new chart, you don't know who's designed it, you look at it and you go, I know that is Heart in Hand. I know that's Pansy Patch Quilts. I think these flowers are one of Yasmin's USPs, her trademarks, that you look at that flower and it's a Yasmin. It's a Yasmin chart. So this is absolutely beautiful. Again, as usual, lovely instructions inside, and a colour chart from Cotton and Twine. This hasn't got black and white one on the back this time. This is just colour, but it's absolutely beautiful. It comes, of course, with a 32 count, so you can either get this as Ada or linen. I've got the linen, and it's a beautiful Zweigart, nice neutral colour for it. They always come in these little lovely East of India bags, which are really cute. And oh, just trying to get it back in. Just trying to get it back in without making too much noise and crinkling. And then the threads are beautiful colours. Let's just unravel these so you can see. So all DMCs, beautiful spring kind of colours. So lovely colours. So fabric, threads, some lovely gingham and trim. Now this matches if you've got the Easter box, the Happy Easter box for February, the gingham matches the blue gingham that was in that. So if you've got them both, you've got a pair. They'll look nice together. Then of course, good old tea bag, some Bear Sweeties, and this is a piece de resistance. Look at this beautiful needle minder. Isn't he just, there we go, that's a good, isn't he just a gorgeous boy? So that is an absolutely fantastic box from Cotton and Twine for March. So you have until the 25th of March if you'd like to order this box. For Ada, it's £20 for a box, and linen, it's £22 a box, plus postage for wherever you live. different obviously in the UK to the rest of the world. You can still use the code 15 for 15% off your first box if you haven't ordered a box from Cotton and Twine before. So please do use that if you would like to order for the first time. You can have an ongoing subscription. That means if you decide, so the ladies at Cotton and Twine will send you an email. It's normally the beginning of the month to show you what the box is for that month. You can either go ahead and decide to have it, or you can put it on pause and not have it that month and then make the decision about the next month. Or you can buy a 3, 6 or 12 month subscription where you have all 3 boxes for 3 months, or 12 or 6, etc. And I do believe that there is a small discount on that, or it works out slightly cheaper than the £20 or £22 a month. I hope I've explained that all really, really well. Now, I have quite a lot of whips on the go at the moment that I really, really want to work on. So I have decided that I'm going to give this box away this month. So if you would like to win this March box, please do me a comment below with the word bear in it. And if you could be over 18 so that I can ask you for your address to post it to you, please be a subscriber. It will go to a subscriber. That's, you know, part of why we give things away, to help boost our subscriber numbers. So please be a subscriber. And please don't put any words like giveaway or win or blah 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 in the comments, because we know that brings nasty troll people along, and obviously I do want to make sure this goes to a stitcher who will enjoy it. So pop the word bear, all the usual rules apply, and good luck with that one. And I will draw that on my next Flosstube in 2 weeks. I possibly will, if somebody who abroad wins it, I possibly will not send it in the box, but I will put it in a smaller envelope that I can try and send it as a large letter rather than a small parcel, because obviously sending it abroad as the box could be quite expensive for me. So just bear that in mind. But I'm sure actually it's not the box, the actual physical box that you want, it's the content. So I'm sure that you will not mind with that at all. But it's absolutely beautiful. So the word to use is bear. Right, that's me. Not very long today, I think, but you know, I've shown you absolutely everything. And I do want to keep it brief because I do want to edit it and get ready and go and pick up Sarah and go and have some lunch and get to our stitchy accommodation and have fun. I'm so excited, as you can tell. So everybody have wonderful, wonderful weekends, whatever you're doing. I do hope that you're safe and warm and get a chance to stitch. And the world is a bit of a weird place at the moment, isn't it? And just, you know, my stitching brings me such, you know, really helps calm me and, you know, keep me focused on what's important, really. And that's my friends and my family at the moment. And all my lovely stitchy friends. So just love and peace to all of you, and take care, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.